Galamsey was not just a policy to save our waters and so forth. It's a policy against the reality of the day. And let me be honest with you. The reality of this country is that about 40-something% of our economy depends on gold at this point in time. The mining industry, I'm talking about Galamsey and even deep shaft mining and all the others, employ, and most of the Galamseyers, over 5 billion people in Ghana. The public service corp together does not employ more than 2.5 million people. It means greater percentage of people working for a living depend on it in this country. Gold itself is all over. If you want it, sometimes it involves messing up with the environment. Argentina is dealing with it. El Salvador is dealing with it. Many other countries, South Africa, is also dealing with it. It's unfortunately maybe a cash resource that we have inherited. That this country, greater percentage of countries have sitting on gold. People living on it, survive on it. And in some cases, the way they go about it, they would prefer to mess up their own water to solve. It's like living in Accra here. If you is filled, everything that they throw into the gutter, everything else, if you go to the lagoons, they are dead. And some of them push into the sea. Fish that you eat with lead in it. We are not doing much about it. People are shouting on the rooftops and make it look like as if they know better about that. How we should survive in this country. All shouting. Government was ready to fight it. And I believe I was in cabinet. A lot of us mentioned that, no, it's not difficult to do that. But the president was determined. Says he will even put at stake his presidency to make sure that Galamsey. Many of us had our doubts. Why? Not because he was not determined or was not being sincere, but I say we come from areas where Galamsey, if you talk against it, go to election, they will vote against you. Not that I want to win election, but it is their life. They live it. So that's what is survival.
Wasn't it the government's duty to provide alternative source of livelihood rather than destroying our water bodies and our environment?
This country, we have public service which had less than 2 billion. The government has not employed all people to the extent of Galamsey has. Yes, we should create an environment for businesses to spring up. One district, one factory, and all the others. In spite of that, we have not succeeded that much. Unemployment is a reality, not only in Ghana, elsewhere. Providing alternative employment sources for other people, we are doing it, but we've not succeeded that much. The cake is small, and we are all making efforts to increase it so that a lot of people are employed. If you do so, the economy will grow. But as we talk now, our GDP is that's little. For anybody to jump into conclusion that the government will succeed overnight to create employment for other people, I think we are living a lie over it. But coming back to your question again, Galamsey, what do we do? I'm saying we must prevent the pollution of river sources at some vantage points. We must know how to go about cleaning it. We must undertake certain policies that will repair our environment after people have gone. It means more resources should go in terms of repair of what we are doing. But making it almost impossible and making it look like we can stamp authority on people to live by resources that they are living with naturally. I think it's a tall order.
Was it not also because some members of the NPP were involved in it? That is why the fight was difficult for you.
Madam Lily, that in itself, it's short-sighted. It's a big lie. What I'm saying is a big lie is that all individuals were involved in it.
Okay.
All people from both parties, and no, I don't want to mention names, all parties, even when you sit down with them and plan that this is the way we want to go about it and go, before you realize it, because they are making profit, because they are gaining, they are lining up their pockets, because that's what their main source of income come from. They will laugh at you. They will wink and go and do it. And as I said, it applies to all sides of the aisle. Now, we are in 2025. Maybe we didn't have the right policies. Maybe we were not having the courage to tackle it the way we should. I want to see what President John Mahama would do differently to make sure that our environment is safe and no Galamsey all over, and the economy will grow instead of relying on 43% of gold and Galamsey. Let's see. The saying is that time will tell.